Hey there everybody, Scudder here today. Hope you guys are doing great. Alright, it is really late and I am really tired, but I'm going to try to give some information for you guys, and you guys are going to have to research most of this on your own uh, because there's so much going on that I don't have time to talk about it all. I know that you guys are probably starting to see some videos put out about a media blackout on this flooding situation in Nebraska and about the nuclear power plants. Um, okay, let me say that I have not seen hardly anything about it on the news. I also checked CNN just as one example for anything on it, and there really wasn't any articles or anything about it. So, um, that much I will give. I will say that the mainstream media is not reporting on it. The regional media is. Um, okay, but I know that there was this article, and it was some Pakistani, Russian, I don't know, something, some foreign website. I think that people, I think Monograph and Goat Hollow, and I'm sure various other people are taking this and running with it about the blackout. I did a little digging, and it's true, there is an article that says that there's been a media blackout about this. Um, they're saying that the Obama administration ordered a no-fly zone over the nuclear plant, all that. So I did a little digging and found some information. You guys can take it for what it's worth. It's all government, so who knows what's true. But there is a blog on the USNRC, which is the United States Nuclear Regulatory Commission website, that talks about the rumors and the flooding. It dispels some of those rumors. You guys can read it. People are allowed to comment on it. You guys can read all that. I'll put that link below. There is also an article from the Omaha Public Power District, which runs that stuff down there, and it's the OPPD. I've got a link on their website that talks about the flood rumor control as well, and they are addressing all the issues that they have heard about, all the rumors, and they're kind of dispelling those rumors and explaining what actually has happened at the nuclear plant, and what the levels, emergency levels, mean, and all of that. So you guys can read that, and I wanted to give you guys that information. Um, there's also another article that I will link to, and this is from the SOT.net, signofthetimes.net website. It's called U.S. Rivers Falls Short of Nebraska Nuke Plant Shutdown. It's got some good information on the Cooper Nuclear Plant, as well as Fort Calhoun Nuclear Plant. So I'm going to link all that stuff for you guys, and you guys need to research it. I think probably some of the information that came out of that Russia, Pakistan, whatever website was probably sensationalized a little bit. I think that you will see some of that after you read these rumor dispel links that I put here. Now, on another note, on this same topic, I wanted to just talk a little bit real quick about the flooding in general, and I wanted to say that it is a problem, and it could be a quite devastating problem for several states here in the United States. I am in Montana, as you guys know right now, and one of the things that people are not maybe thinking about where where this flooding is concerned, especially in the Missouri River area, is the fact that there is a tremendous amount of snowpack still in the mountains, and a lot of this has to do with the Continental Divide and the way that the waters flow from the Continental Divide. I can tell you, I have been to the Continental Divide up here in Montana. I went a couple of weeks ago. In fact, I think I made a video about it. I think, and I have been up there, up in the Rockies, and I can tell you that there is a tremendous amount of snowpack still up in the mountains. Up here in Glacier National Park, up at the Going to the Sun Road at Logan's Pass, it is so deep still up there that it should have been open by now, and they can't get up there because it's so deep, up to 30 and 40 foot deep, and they've still been having snow up there. Also, the water content within the snow up in the snowpack areas in the mountains in the Rockies has been so high this year that in some cases it's been 500% above normal average. So that's the water content within the snow, which means when all that starts to melt, there is going to be a ton of water coming down out of these mountains, and that water has got to flow into these rivers. And when that water flows into these rivers, it's going to hit the Missouri River, and that is going to cause a humongous problem. And they're saying that this could go on for the next couple of months. So a lot of these rivers that are flooding now, and we see how bad the devastation is now, they haven't seen anything yet. I want to read you guys real quick a bit of an article that was put out, and then I will copy all of this in the more info section so you guys can read it all. But I just wanted to read some of this for you so that you'll understand the gravity of what's going on with the flooding this year, and especially right now in states like North Dakota and Nebraska and some of these other states. Okay, it says there is a very real threat of the flood that will leave St. Louis in chest-high water. The reason: 6 old, huge, faulty dams that normally have reserve space for spring snow melt are nearly full now before the spring floods start. Floodgates that haven't been opened in 50 years have begun to open. Flooding has begun, and the human and economic toll could be ghastly. Why another flood disaster? 6 dams from Fort Peck in Montana to Gavin's Point in South Dakota, authorized by the Flood Control Act of 1944, are in the process of failing at flood control. With spring water levels low, they can hold back more than 3 years of average Missouri River flow, enough to stop the worst floods and protect 750 miles of the Missouri River Valley and heartland cities. This year, that is not the case. Let me give you a sense of scale. These reservoirs are massive. 4 of the nation's 10 largest reservoirs are along the Missouri River: Fort Peck, Fort Randall, Garrison, and Ohi. 3 of these had less than 5 feet of total storage space behind the floodgates at the end of May. With a combined height of 700 feet, these 3 dams are nearly full. Melting snow will surely complete the task. With cities from Wolf Point, Montana to St. Louis facing record levels of water, hundreds of thousands of people are threatened by the unprecedented opening the floodgates. The greatest fear is the massive Fort Peck Dam, a hydraulic fill dam that is the largest of its kind. The Fort Peck Dam is built with a flawed design that has suffered a well-known fate for this type of dam liquefaction, in which saturated soil loses its stability. Hydraulic fill dams are prone to almost instant collapse with stress or earthquakes. California required all hydraulic fill dams to be torn out or rebuilt, and no other large dams have been built this way since. At 3 miles wide, Fort Peck Dam last opened its floodgate 36 years ago. By the end of the first week in June, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers will be releasing a record spill of water. The Corps recently answered the question of possible failure with a statement the dam is absolutely safe. It may be the largest at-risk dam in the nation. Downstream, Garrison Dam never has had to use its floodgates since the dam was constructed 50 years ago. By mid-June, the Corps plans to dump water equal to a good-sized river. The same is true for the Ohi Dam, the next one downstream. Since the reservoirs are nearly full, the Corps has no choice. Effective flood control from 6 large dams is no longer an option. As the Corps' representative said, it now moves us to uncharted territory. Okay, we must all possess a question of national significance to the Corps. What if Fort Peck Dam should fail? Here is a likely scenario. Garrison, Ohi, and the other 3 downstream earthen dams would have to catch and hold a massive amount of water, an area covering nearly 250 square miles, 100 feet deep. But the earthen dams, when overtopped with floodwater, do not stand. They break and erode away, usually within an hour. All are full. There is a possibility a failure of Fort Peck Dam could lead to a domino-like collapse of all 5 downstream dams. It probably would wreck every bridge, highway, pipeline, power line, split the heartland of the nation, leaving a gap of 15,000 miles wide. Countless sewage treatment plants, toxic waste sites, and even Superfund sites would be flushed downstream. The death toll and blow to the economy would be ghastly. The Corps is placing the nation at risk, and if the dams fail, Leon Panetta, who will become Secretary of Defense later this month, will have the Great Missouri Flood disaster on his desk, and the entire nation will demand answers as to why the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers did not avert a disaster with more economically and ecologically sound methods of flood prevention. Let's see. And you guys can go on and you can read the rest. There's not much more of it. Anyway, you can read the whole article, but I just wanted to bring that to your attention. And I can tell you, here in Montana, there has been massive flooding all over the state. Right now, we've got a river right across the street that we're watching because it has been flooding. So the flooding issues are really, really bad this year. So you guys read all this information. You guys decide what you think about it all. As always, you guys can comment in the comment sections down below. You can make video responses if you want. I just wanted to present the information to you and let you guys take the next step and do research on your own. Anyway, you guys take care. God bless. Bye-bye for now.